Hello friends, welcome to video lecture on engineering mechanics. In the today's session, we'll learn about numerical on system of coplanar forces. So let us start the problem on this topic. Find the resultant of the four concurrent forces acting on a particle P. Okay. So in this way, problem is given. The particle P is here. On this particle P, the four forces are acting, whose magnitude with us 500 Newton, then 300 Newton. Okay. So here 250 Newton, that force makes an angle 30 degree with the horizontal axis. Apart from this one x-axis with us, this one y-axis with us. Okay, so apart from this one 400 Newton, that makes an angle 45 degree with the x-axis. Okay, these are the forces acting on this particle. Our aim is to find out the resultant of the four concurrent forces. Okay, so let's start. So as per our discussion, what's about the first step? First step is nothing but the resolving the forces. Resolving the forces along x and y directions. So for that you need to redraw this diagram. Okay, I'll redraw this diagram. I'll draw this diagram here so that I can get some space to solve the problem here. Okay, so I'll draw this diagram for the first step here. Okay, so in this way, the first one 500 Newton force already in the vertical direction. It is not necessary to resolve that force. Okay, this force 300 Newton already in the horizontal direction, not necessary to resolve this force. Okay, so apart from this one 250 force with us, this one 250 Newton with us. Okay, so that makes an angle 30 degree like this. Now focus on this 250 Newton force. So this force 500 Newton and 300 Newton already in the vertical as well as in horizontal direction respectively. So you need to resolve this one 250 Newton along the horizontal direction as well as along the vertical direction like this. We'll just resolve this component. Okay, this can be shown here with the help of green color. Okay, I'm just using here colors to identify the different actually forces. Okay, so in actual practice it is not necessary to show everything by different colors. Okay, so here 30 degree angle with us, the same angle will come here. Okay, so as per our previous discussion, so whatever the component adjacent with the angle, that component is nothing but the cos component. So this component must be 250 cos of 30 degree. So what's about this component? 250 sine of 30 degree. So apart from this one more force with us that makes an angle 45 degree. Okay, so see the direction of every force. Direction of the every force is very important one. Okay, as per as concerned with the sines. Okay, so what's about this angle? This angle already given in the problem of 45 degree. Okay, so the magnitude of this force is also with us 400 Newton. Okay, so this angle must be 45 degree. So what's about this component? So as per our previous discussion, the component adjacent with the angle is nothing but the cos component. So this component, force component, must be 400 cos of 45. So what's about this one? This must be 400 sine of 45. So in this way we can resolve all the inclined forces. Okay, so two forces are involved in the system that are in inclined direction, and apart from this the two forces with us, one in horizontal direction, another in vertical direction. Okay, so this is about the first step. As we know, in the second step you need to add all the forces, okay, along the x direction. So for that, just say what's about the step number second. So in the step number 2, you have to add all the forces along the x direction. I'll just show that here, like this one, summation of all the forces along x direction equals to. Now focus only on the this one, horizontal forces. Pick up one by one. Okay, so serially here, what's about the first one? 300 Newton with us. Say this force running towards the right direction. Here just show the symbol. Okay, the forces running towards the right direction and the forces running towards the left direction. You need to consider the negative sign for this one. You need to consider the positive sign for this one. Okay, so just focus only on the horizontal forces. 300 Newton force running towards right direction. You need to consider this one, this force as positive. Okay, so here right now it is not necessary to write the here unit for this one. Keep this one as it is. Okay, so what's about the next force? Next force whose magnitude 250 cos of 30 degree. Okay, so get clearly visible. I'll just once again write this one here. Okay, so that you can get it here, the 250 cos of 30 degree with us. Okay, now let's just consider this one, 250 cos of 30. Now see the direction of this one, running towards the left side of this one axis P. Okay, means here you should consider the negative sign for this one. What's about the magnitude? 250 cos of 30 degree. Okay, so next one, this force with us whose magnitude 400 cos of 45. If you focus on this force is also running in which direction? Was the negative side of x-axis. So with the minus sign here, what's about the magnitude? 400 cos of 45. Okay, make sure that all the forces considered by us along the horizontal direction. So first force is here, next force is here, next force is here. The two forces running towards the left side and one force running towards the right side. Just count, just match this one, whatever the written by you. Okay, once again make sure that all the forces considered by us. Okay, 300 is here. Okay, that runs towards the right side. Next one is running towards the left side whose magnitude 250 cos of 30. Okay, so apart from this one, the one more force with us whose magnitude 400 cos of 45 with us. Okay, so you should give the negative sign for this one because this force is running towards the negative side of x-axis. Okay, so once all the forces are written here, then do the calculations. Now do the calculations. Okay, so here is on your calculator. So first force with magnitude with us 300 Newton. Okay, so here is the 300 Newton with us. So next one, minus 250 cos of 30. Okay, minus 400 into cos of 45. Okay, this force with us. So we just see the answer for this one, 199349. Okay, this is the answer with us. So we can get the value for this one as minus 199.35 Newton. Okay, so next one, just keep this minus sign as it is here. Okay, here we can get the value for this one fx. Now move towards the next step. What's about the next step? Summation of f of y by considering this as sign convention. So forces which are running in upward direction, you should consider the positive sign for the same, and forces running vertically in downward direction, you should consider the negative sign for the same. Now focus only on the vertical forces. Look towards this diagram. Okay, so the first force is here. Okay, just pick up one by one serially so that you can get it. Okay, so first one, 500 Newton running vertically in upward direction, so consider this force as positive. Okay, so next one, next force is here whose magnitude with us 250. Okay, so here the 250, actually this force is 250 here, 250 Newton. So what's about this one? 250 sine of 30 with us. 250 sine of 30 vertically in downward direction. So consider the negative sign for the same, 250 sine of 30. So apart from this one, the next force is here. This force is running vertically in upward direction. Okay. So this one must be positive. So 400 sine of 45. Okay. Make sure that all the forces considered by us 1, 2, 3. Okay. 3 forces with us in either vertically in upward direction or downward direction. Okay. Make sure that the sign is given for the particular force is positive or negative. So this force running vertically in upward direction, the positive sign is given for this one. This force running vertically in downward direction, okay, for this one we have given the negative sign. Okay. So next force is here, 400 sine of 45. This force running vertically in upward direction, so give the positive sign for the same. Okay. So once all the forces considered by us, do the calculation. Okay. So here the first force with us 500 minus 250 multiplied by sine of 30, okay, plus 400 sine of this one 55. Now see the answer for this one, 657.84 Newton. Up to 2 decimal answer is sufficient. Okay. Now this is about the summation of f of y. Now move towards the next step. So what's about the next step? Next step is nothing but the resultant. We know the formula for calculation of resultant. What's about the formula? Square root of summation of f of x square plus summation of f of y square in this way. Okay. So this value, summation of f of x, already with us. Now just see here the negative sign with us. Pick up this negative sign as it is here, along with the magnitude of the particular forces along the x direction. Okay. So you need to square up this one. Next one, summation of f of y with us, 657.84. okay. So do the square of this term. Now take the square root of this one. I'll put all these things in square root sign here, minus 199.35. okay. Square of this plus 657.84. okay, bracket square, just press equal to button. So how much we get here? So after calculation we get the value for this one, just here, 687.38 Newton. So once we get the value for this one R, it is very important to get the information regarding the location of this R. Okay. So I can get the location for the R. For that, so just depends upon the sign of summation of f of x and f of y. Will decide the quadrant for the same. Okay. Before that, it is very important to calculate the inclination made by this one R with the x-axis. So here, what's about the next step? Step number 3. Inclination by R with x-axis. So what's about that inclination? As per our previous discussion related with the previous problem, we know this formula, tan of theta equals to summation of f of y divided by summation of f of x. This is the formula with us. Now substitute the value for the summation of f of y and summation of f of x. Don't forget to consider this one, this sign. So summation of f of y with us 657.84. okay. So divided by, what's about the summation of f of x? This one with us minus 199.35. okay. Now see the calculations and do the just get the value for the theta. Okay, 657. Just get direct value for the tan inverse, so that you can get the value for the theta. 57.84 divided by minus 199.35. okay, so while doing the calculations regarding this one, always remember that you need to put this one in modulus sign, okay, so that we can get the value for this one as a positive value. And if you just see the negative sign is given here, we'll decide the quadrant for this one afterwards. Okay, before that, just get the value for the tan inverse of this one, 657.84 divided by 199.35. okay, like this. So the value for the theta with us, how much? 73.14 degree. So once we get the value for the theta, next task is very easy for us to get the value for to get the location of that theta. Okay, so what's about location of that resultant r? You can decide here. Just mention next step. Okay, step number 4. In that step number 4, as you just look towards the sign for this one, as summation of f of x is negative and summation of f of y is positive. R lies in which quadrant? R lies in, yes, R lies in here. If you just say here is the first quadrant, okay, here is the second quadrant, okay, here is the third quadrant, okay, and here is the fourth quadrant. So whenever we found the value for the this one, summation of f of x is negative and summation of f of y is positive, means R lies in which quadrant? Yes, second quadrant. Okay, so for that second quadrant, we can just show the R in this way. So R makes an angle how much? 73 degree. Okay, this one already we have calculated, 73.14. okay, so what's about the R? After doing calculation, we found the value for the R equals to 687.38 Newton. Okay, so apart from this one, this indicate the summation of f of x and this indicate the summation of f of y. Okay, so you can also write the magnitude for the same here, no problem, 199.35 Newton, and the magnitude for this summation of f of y with us 657.84 Newton. I hope that this problem clear to you. Okay, let us start with the next problem. So just say this problem, R equals to 800 Newton is the resultant of 4 concurrent forces. Find the fourth force F4. Okay, so this problem is different than the previous two problems we have discussed. Okay, so in this case the value of resultant force is given and you have to find the reverse, this one, fourth force F4. Okay, so in this case if you just see the basic here, so if you look towards the answer of the previous two problems given, okay, for that, if I just for our simplicity, if I just say here the answers found in the previous two problems, according to that, we just say let us consider the resultant R, okay, whose magnitude, suppose here 100 Newton we found as answer. Okay, so this makes an angle 30 degree. Okay, so what's about the horizontal component of this one? Summation of f of x, and what's about this one? This indicate the summation of f of y. So after calculation, if you just see here 100 Newton, so what's about the horizontal component of this one? So this is nothing but the summation of all the horizontal forces. And what's about this indicate? This is nothing but the summation of all the vertical forces. Okay, and resultant of the same with us 100 Newton. Okay, so in this case the answer is given to you and you have to find out the value for the unknown force, that is F4. Okay, so for that if I just say the here, this is actually not a part of your problem, but this is just explanation with the help of some different actually problem. Okay, So here in this case, if you just say, I'm just try to give the explanation related with this one. So R is nothing but the 100 Newton given. Okay. So if you look towards the whatever the quadrant for this R with us. So this R lies in which quadrant? If you just here, if I draw the picture for this one here, R lies in which quadrant? Again, I'm repeating. I'm just giving the explanation. Okay. For this one, R with us 100 Newton. Okay. That makes an angle how much? 50 degree. Okay. So what's about the horizontal component of this 800 Newton? This is nothing but summation of f of x. And what's about this one? Summation of f of y. So what's about this one? 800 Newton, 800 Newton. Okay, this is the resultant force. So what's about its horizontal component? Summation of, so what's about this? 800 cos of 50. As per our previous discussion, the component adjacent with the angle is nothing but the cos component, and remaining one is nothing but the sine component. Okay, these are the two components of this resultant force R. Okay, now how can you use this one to get the solution? Okay, just see, this will clear to you in the next coming steps. I'll erase this portion so that I can just start the problem. So here let us assume that the fourth force, this one F4, is lies in first quadrant. Okay, so let us consider okay, this force lies in first quadrant. According to that, I'll just start our answer. Okay, let F4 lies in first quadrant. Okay, in this way. So if this force F4 with us, okay, and what's about this F4x indicate? F4x is nothing but the horizontal component of this one F4. Okay, so let F4 lies in first quadrant, and this F4x and F4y are the components or perpendicular components, are the perpendicular components. So apart from this one, we look towards this one 800 Newton answer given for this resultant force. Okay, so since is given that okay, the value for the R is given 800 Newton, that makes an angle how much, and theta is given 50 degree. So what it indicate? The value of R equals to 800 Newton. So what it indicate? The horizontal component of this one is nothing but the 800 cos of 50. I think now this picture clear to you here. So it is given that R equals to 800 Newton and theta equals to 50 degree. It indicates summation of f of x. F of x means here this indicate the component of resultant R along the x direction, 800 cos of 50, and second one summation of f of y equals to 800 sine of 50. In this way components with us. So again use this component. Okay, this will clear to you in the next step. Now apply the steps. So what's about our steps? Okay, this is the actually initial point where from where we can start our solution. Okay, so just follow the steps. So what's about our first step? Resolving forces along x and y directions. Okay, so how can I resolve that? For that need to redraw this diagram. Okay, I'll redraw this diagram here, but while solving in the notebook, okay, try to just draw the diagram below of this. Okay, so I'll just redraw this diagram here. okay, in this way. So what's about this component? $400 with us. I'll just resolve every component while giving the explanation of the same. I'll just show this one by some different color so that you can get the information about the resolved forces. Okay, so you can just resolve this one in this way. One component in horizontal direction, another in vertical direction. Okay, so this angle with us 45 degree, the magnitude of the same with us 400 Newton. What's about its horizontal component? 400 cos of 45. So always remember that the component adjacent with the angle is nothing but the cos component. Okay, similarly, what's about the next one? This component must be sine component. So here the 400 sine of 45. Okay, will come. So what's about the next one? So next force that makes an angle 30 degree. This information with us. Now resolve this force into its components. One along the horizontal direction, another one along the vertical direction. This angle is given 30 degree. Okay. So what's about horizontal component? So magnitude of this one with us, how much? 300 Newton. What's about the horizontal component? This must be 300 cos of 30. Okay. So what's about this one? 300 sine of 30. Okay. So move towards the next force. Makes an angle 60 degree. Okay, 60 degree, and magnitude with us 500 Newton. Okay, you need to resolve this force. So one force component will come in horizontal direction, another one in vertical direction. Okay, so what's about the magnitude of this one horizontal component? 500 cos of 60 degree. This one must be 500 sine of 60 degree. Okay, so I'll write this component on location so that I can write the information of the next force. Okay, in front of you clearly. This one sine 500 sine of 60 degree with us. Okay, just move towards the next one. So this is about the resultant force. Okay, resultant force magnitude with us 800 Newton. This one with us 800 Newton. Okay, so it is very important to show the component of this force also. This one. What's about this angle? This angle is given here 50 degree. I'll show this 50 degree here. Okay, what's about this component? 800 cos of 50, and this component is nothing but the 800 sine of 50 degree. I hope that the resolution of all the forces right now cleared you. Okay, just move towards the next part. So once the resolution of all the forces over, so in the next step, our target is to get the addition or summation of all the forces. What's about the next step? Step number second. Okay, resolution part is over. What's about the next one? So add up all the forces along the x direction. Okay, I'll write that here. Summation of all the forces about the x direction equals to. Now, if you look towards this problem, this problem is something different from the previous two problems. So summation of f of x equals to, just focus on one by one force, horizontal force carefully. So first force is here. Okay, just pick up one by one force in sequence. This force with us whose magnitude 400 cos of 45, 400 cos of 45 with us. Okay, so apart from this one, the next force with us whose magnitude 300 Newton with us, sorry, 300 cos of 30 running in opposite direction of this, means towards the negative direction. So you need to consider the minus sign for the same. So 300 cos of 30. Okay, so what's about the next force? The next force is here whose magnitude 500 cos of 60. Okay, so see, this force is running in negative direction of x-axis. Okay, So here is the x-axis and here is the y-axis. Okay, so what's about this one? This moves in negative direction, so need to give here minus sign. So next one, now this point is very important one. So already what this indicate, this is nothing but the summation of f of x, and this indicate the summation of f of y. Okay, so if you look to us this one, the summation of f of x already written towards the left side, and what we are here assumed, let the f4 lies in the first quadrant. So what's this one, f4x and f4y are the perpendicular components. Okay, so you need to consider this force f4. Consider this f4 force lies in first quadrant as per actually first line written here. Okay, and what's about this one, f4x, this indicate the f4x, and this indicate the fy, f4y. So here consider the f4, this one f4 force in first quadrant, and just see the components of this f4 around the x direction. Okay, this one with us f4x, and this one with us f4y. Okay, f4y. Okay, we can just write okay in this in this way, or just show that components here. So here, as per our assumption, okay, f4y, sorry, this one f4x, you need to consider the component of this one, component of this f4 along the x direction. Already we have written here. Okay, now try to solve this relation. So in this case, already the value for the summation of f of x with us. That's why not necessary to consider this force. Okay, not necessary to write this force towards the right side of this one. Already the value for the summation of f of x with us. So write this towards the left side of this one. 800 cos of 30 equals to 400 cos of 45 minus 300 cos of 30 minus 500 cos of 60 plus f4x. Now here only f4x is unknown quantity. Okay, so solve this. For that, substitute all the values. Just take this f4x towards one side and take the remaining terms towards the another side of the equation. So f4x is nothing but here 800 cos of 30. Just keep this one as it is. Okay, keep this one towards the one side. Okay, so f4x, take all these terms towards the another side. If I just write this term as it is, okay, you just keep this term as it is and take all the terms towards the left side. Okay, or we'll just interchange that so that we can get here 800 cos of 30 as it is. The sign for this one will changes. So 400 cos of 45 next plus 300 cos of 30. Okay, the sign for this one is also changes. I'll write here 500 cos of 60. So do the calculation. After calculation, just substitute the value for everything. Cos of 30 minus 400 cos of 45 plus 300 cos of 30 plus 500 cos of 60. Okay, press equal to button. We can get the information regarding this fx. Again, now see, after calculation, we found the value for this one f4x. The component of this fourth force along the x direction is nothing but 741.194. Okay, here I'll just make the 5. Okay, Newton. So once the information regarding this one component along the horizontal direction found, move towards the next one, summation of f of y equals to. Now focus on the vertical forces. Okay, so pick up one by one force. here is the 400 sine of 45 this force with us. Okay, this one, just see the direction of this one by considering this as sine convention. Whichever the force is running vertical in upward direction, you need to consider that forces as positive, and forces running in downward direction, you need to consider that forces as negative. Okay, so just focus on this one. 400 sine of 45 running vertically in upward direction. Okay, means you need to consider this force as positive. Okay, similarly this force also running vertically in upward direction, consider this force also as positive. Okay, apart from this one, if you focus here, this force here, just look to this force. This force running vertically in downward direction, so consider this force as negative. Okay, so apart from this one, we assume this force component of this F4 lies vertically in upward direction in first quadrant, so just consider this one F4y. Okay, now not necessary to consider the component of this one. Why? Because already this one we found the summation of f of y. Okay, so towards the left side, just mention the value for this one as 800 sine of 50 degree equals to, so towards the right side of this one, 400 sine of 45. Okay, minus 300 sine of 30 minus 500 sine of 60 plus f4y. Okay, on this actually step, I think not visible to you, I'll just make changes here so that you can easily view that process. Here the 400, okay, we have considered this one, considered. Okay, next one is here, magnitude 500 sine of 60, like this one. So what's about this f4y with us? Now to solve this relation, to get the value for this one f4y, for that I'll do one thing. I'll just erase this portion so that I can just write the next steps. So get the value for the f4y. For that, it is very important to take all the terms towards the another side and get the value for the f4y. For that, I'll do the calculation here. Make sure that whatever the answer you are getting, you look towards here. One more important point is here, the summation of f of y, this component, just look towards this component, this one vertically in downward direction. So don't forget to give the negative sign for this one. Okay, so do the calculations for this one. So here minus 800 multiplied by sine of 50 degree with us. Okay, if I take this one towards the another side, then the minus sign will come for this one. 400 multiplied by sine of 45. Okay, then this minus becomes plus. Okay, plus 300 sine of 30 degree. Then next one, if I take towards the other side, this become plus 500 sine of 60, like this. Okay, so after calculation, so what's about the value for this one? We found as now, if you look towards the answer, okay, here we found the value for f4y is nothing but 612.66, I think clearly visible to you. Okay, minus 612.665 means I'll just increase the previous decimal by 1. Okay, so in this way I can get the value for the summation of f of y. Component of the fourth force along the y direction as minus 612.67. Okay, so very important to get the what's about this one. So if you look towards this picture, picture here, what this indicate? f4y. If you look at this small portion, okay, so f4 is nothing but the resultant of this particular f4x component and f4y component. Okay, So I can get the resultant of, okay, particularly this one, can get the value for this one f4. So I can get the f4 is nothing but square root of summation of f4 x square, okay, or instead of writing summation, okay, so here single component with us, just simply write here f4 x square plus f4 y square, like this one. So all the values with us, summation of f of x, this one summation of f4x. So f4x already with us here, okay, 741.195, do the square of this, and next one f4y, and this is the value with us 612.67, bracket square of this, get the value for fourth force, okay. Our target is to get the value for the fourth force. So 741.195 square of this plus minus 612.67 square of this. So in this way I can get the value for the fourth force, 961.63 Newton. I hope this clearly visible to you. Okay, 6163. Once we get the fourth force, our next task to get the inclination made by that fourth force with the x-axis. The same step we have followed for the calculation of total resultant force. The same we are doing for this particular single force. Okay. So what's about the inclination? Just clearly mention here, inclination made by F4 with x-axis. So for that our target is to find out this angle theta. Okay, so I'll just erase this portion so that we can continue our steps. So here in this case, just let us consider tan of theta. So already I have shown that force here. This indicate the F4. Okay, this indicate its component. I'll just show F4 force only. Okay, so here is the theta. So how can you get the theta? For that it is very important to write the y component of the same force divided by x component of the same force. So what's about the F4y with us? F4y with us, how much? The pen F4y 612. Right now just don't consider this one minus sign here. Okay, divided by F4x. So what's about the F4x with us? F4x with us, this is the 900 with us, 741.195. okay, so do the calculation here. Now theta we can get by taking the tan inverse of this term, tan inverse of 612.67 divided by 741.195. okay, so what's about the theta? Do the calculation for the theta. Tan inverse of 612.67 divided by 741.195. okay, so complete this bracket, get the value for the theta. Okay, after calculation we found the value for theta is 39.577, like this one. Now my target is to get the location for that particular force. Okay, now our assumption is here. So what's about our assumption? Our assumption, we have considered that fourth force lies in first quadrant, but after doing calculation just focus on the signs. So this one F4x, this one after calculation we found the positive value. Okay, and what's about the F4y? This component we found the negative. Okay, so it depends upon the sign of this one F4x and F4y, we decide the quadrant for this F4. Okay, so when the situation occurs, I'll just draw here small diagram so that you can get it, the idea about the same. So F4y is negative, F4x is positive, and angle made by this one is 39 degree. Okay, So first angle is here, second angle is here, okay, third angle is here, sorry, quadrant is here, and the fourth quadrant is here. So when this is possible, f4x is positive and f4y is negative. This possible when that particular force is lies in which quadrant? This must be lies in fourth quadrant. Okay, so here we get the values of the x are positive and values for the y are negative. Okay, I hope this concept clear to you. Okay, so while showing your answer, I'll just continue from here. So theta already we found. Okay, as just mention one line here, as f4x is positive and f4y is negative, R lies in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. Okay, so that the location of the R already we have shown here, but as far as concerned with the answer here, okay, for the explanation this point is given here. I'll just show the answer here. One here in this case, R is nothing but f4. Okay, this one f4 lies in fourth quadrant. Okay, that makes an angle theta equals to 39.577 degree. This is the answer. You can show the values of this R4 along the x direction, also along the y direction. Clearly draw this picture here, diagram here, so that you can get it. Just continue from this point here. So here is that fourth force, F4. The magnitude is also with us. I'll once again write the magnitude for the same. F4 961.63 Newton. Okay, so angle made by this force with the x-axis with us 39.577. okay, can show the components of the same force also here. The component along the horizontal direction, the component of this one fourth force, this F4x with us how much? 741.195 Newton. Apart from this one, the vertical component with us 612.67 Newton. Again, it is not necessary to give this sign for this one as minus, because already this one shows vertical downward direction. Okay, this shows the negative sign for this one. Okay, I hope this concept clear to you. Okay, this problem clear to you. We'll stop here.